Hi Aquarius, welcome to your What They Aren't Telling You reading for February 2020. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below, as well as the recommend a reader shout out, which goes to Freda Tarot. Love and support to her. Check her out. Show her some love and support. This is intended to be a romantic love reading, but it may resonate in other areas of your life. Also, it might resonate with yours or their rising moon and Venus. All right, Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius. What do we got here? Aquarius. 9 of Cups, Page of Cups, 7 of Wands, 2 of Swords, Hanged Man, that could be Pisces. How am I doing here with the straight? Okay. Ace of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Cups. Let's see here. Okay, that's better. Now you can see everything. Okay, but we're crooked. Why are we crooked? Yeah, no, yeah. There it is. All right. Okay, let me get the little guys here. All right. What's going on here? Are we dealing with, you two are connected, so what's the problem? They're happy. I mean, it's going great so far. It's not that serious yet. If either it's not that serious for the Aquarians that I'm reading for, or things are relatively smooth. There's not a whole heck of a lot of drama with this person you're dealing with. So this is there's either the potential for a great connection or things are relatively calm and solid. What do we got here? Page, Ace, 3, Pentacle, 5. Okay, all right. So, yeah, all right. What's this Page of Cups about? 3 of Swords. What's this 7 of Wands about? Okay. 2 of Cups. What's this Hanged Man? What's this Hanged Man about? Emperor. Could be Aries, so Pisces, Aries. What's this Pentacles about? What's this 10 of Pentacles about? This 10 of Pentacles. The Hierophant. What's this Ace of Swords for Aquarius? What's this Ace of Swords? The Fool. What's this 5 of Cups? 5 of Swords. Huh. This is 2 of Swords. Page of Cups, or Page of Wands. Okay, so this is definitely, are you two at the crossroads deciding what you should do? I don't understand has something happened, because we've got someone feeling like they just, it's better if they just kind of, what's this 2 of Swords about? This 2 of Swords. All right. Okay, so you've got someone quite possibly saying that they still have feelings for you, and they still feel quite strongly, but should we just see what happens? Should we just, I need to kind of go restore some things in my life. I need to get my stuff together. I need to work on some things. I need to get back in control of my life, right? But this is also, I think this is someone that wants, it's almost like, I'm surprised the world didn't show up here, because it's like they've come full circle. They've ran out of, I don't want to say excuses, but this has come full circle. So, I don't know though, that doesn't, what else for Aquarius? Because we've got someone that is just, I think they're wanting to understand. See, yeah, there's lovers. At the crossroads, and we got the Two of Swords, and we got the Hangman. This is someone wanting to understand why things are the way they are. They haven't gotten over you. You're probably in separation from this person, and your job, can I just tell you, is to stay unto yourself. You do nothing, you say nothing. You're on the receiving end of any communication, any effort, any whatever. Your job is to observe and to stay unto yourself. Do not respond, do not engage, do not reach out. This person is trying to deal with something, and they're really wrestling with the fact that they still care, and they still want this. But they also, there's part of them is kind of stubborn, and instead of deal with what's going on, they'd rather just kind of cut and run. And I think they're thinking that some time away and this, like a fresh look, fresh eyes, will give them the perspective and the clarity that they need and help them with making a choice. The thing is, though, you might not be waiting around much longer, or just waiting around, period, for them to make this decision. They are not over you, Aquarius. They're still receptive, but at the same time, some of them might feel resolute, like, yeah, it has to be this way. Interesting. It's juxtaposed, so that means you two feel the same, because it flipped on me. So, you two are both at the crossroads, but Aquarius, honestly, you don't do anything. Because this is not for you to fix. This is not for you to engage, reach out, do anything. This person kind of has to figure out what's going on with them, because they're telling you that they need to restore the stability and control in their life, but they're actually probably wanting to just cut and make a brand new start because it's just easier at this point. You two have been through it. So my earlier assessment of, things are good, things are calm, until they aren't, and maybe there was probably a lot more to this than meets the eye. I think there's relative calm now because you're in separation, and you're kind of okay with it, because life is kind of simpler and easier, because this person brings a lot of excitement and spontaneity, but also drama. And I think they made life very interesting, but they need to really, there's a real emphasis on them needing to get under control. And that's very difficult for them, to have a flow in things. I think predictability freaks them out. I think routine freaks them out. I think stability freaks them out. I don't think they respond well to it. They like the idea of it, but they crave chaos. And that's not a bad thing. It's just, the way they do things, but that doesn't jive well with what you want in a relationship. And you really, for your emotional well-being and your stability and sanity, this is about you standing down. This is about you keeping sequestered and keeping things as they are right now, because that's where the peace and tranquility and happiness lies for you. This is someone that I feel like they're kind of making it about, let me break away and restore things. I don't know what's going to happen, but I just really need to figure things out. But honestly, it feels like they're just cutting their losses. I think they're trying to save face, or just leave on an upbeat note, like, hey, you know what? Let me just take some time and figure out my business. But they're actually going to cut and run, because they don't know. It's not like there's any great mystery here. It's just that this is someone that doesn't do well with the stability thing, the things being a certain way. They crave chaos, instability. And it's not like this is a wrecking ball person. They just, I don't know, it worked until it didn't. And they are going to cut out. It's weird, because it's not like there's any great mystery here. It worked until it didn't. They still care. They still feel very strongly, but it's easier to take the time and say they're going to go work on stuff or figure things out, or, maybe just time will help us. We'll touch base in a year or something, than to beat a dead horse. Pardon the, macabre pun there, but it's like sticking around to figure this out does us no good. There's nothing really left, even though I still feel for you. It's better if I go to do this on my own, which they mean. They're doing it to get some perspective, but some of them also might be doing it to just escape dealing with it. It's like we've tried all we can. No good can come of us staying here and trying to machinate and figure things out. Let me go. Let me do my thing. But it's almost, I don't know why they're asking you for permission. Well, it doesn't, maybe they're not asking you for permission. I think they might be telling you this and you're just looking at them going, okay, just, yeah, because that actually works out better for me. If they're not telling you, if you're not in connection with them, they're trying to tell themselves that this was the best, that this is how it should be. But there also is a little bit of them being relieved because they don't want to have to deal with it. This actually, aside from my earlier assessment, you two have kind of been through it. And you both are looking forward to a kind of some lightness and a break and being able to take care of yourselves and getting back to your hobbies and finding new interests. And there's still on both sides feelings, but this is not for you two to deal with right now. Your person needs a break, Aquarius. They need some perspective. They need to not have to think about this or deal with it or feel stupid or guilty because they're kind of beating themselves up. You need a break because you're tired of the, for the Aquarians that I'm reading for, you don't like drama. You don't like all that. You thrive when things are in flow. This person kind of disrupts that because that's just the way they do. So you both need a break from each other. They are not, they don't want it to be this way, but instead of trying to be something they're not, they have to go. They're not going to sit there and try to pretend or try to, it's better this way. And so it's like they're doing both. They still feel for you and yet they've got to go. Part of it is because they need a break. Part of it is because they need perspective to think about things. And part of it is because they just don't want to deal with, they can't handle it anymore. It's just too much. It's painful. There is some disappointment and sadness here, and they really do feel like they need to make some decisions. They can't just leave it open-ended, like, hey, let's just see how it goes. And no. I think this is them realizing that you two might be more different than you are alike, and that might mean that it can't work out. It's not that they don't, you know what I mean? Like, they still feel for you. That's where the disconnect is. That's where the pain is because they still feel for you. There's a love there, but are you two compatible? Yeah, I was way off in the beginning. It's like, oh yeah, this is not a big deal. Things are relatively calm. Well, yeah, that's because you're not dealing with each other. They're calm because you're in separation. Not calm, not in a necessarily a good way for a couple. Calm for each of you, okay. But as far as being a good thing for a couple, no. Being a good thing for each of you individually, yes. That's for Aquarius. Listen to your inner voice. Emperor and Hierophant. This is about being internally led so that you can establish order and groundedness on the outside, like things being in sync. So as you feel inside, so as you execute on the outside. You're moving as one within yourself, but as one as far as your intuition and logic and how you comport yourself or how you go through life. Yes. And that starts by listening to, all right, does this feel right? How do I feel? Do I want to do this? Is this something that I'm doing out of obligation and I'm going to get mad at myself for it later? Do I want to be here? What do I need to do to take care of myself and what is in my best interest at this point? And I'm not saying be selfish, like I'm just going to take mine out of the middle and looking out for number one. No. Honestly, this is like, okay, what is best for me right now? Should I really be in this position or be here? Do I want to be here? I'm just going to be miserable and make everybody else miserable. Some people have an easier time of sucking it up and being like, yeah, I can do it. But that's if you have a pretty solid reserve of, yeah, I can spare a couple hours. Some people don't. Some people are exhausted, and this is one of those situations where you might be just worn the heck out in dealing with this, and you're no good to anybody, other than just doing the basics when you take care of yours and your own. That's your priority. So this might mean some of you are laying low for a while. And just kind of wanting to reground, re-tap into that intuition and and be led by that instead of obligation and have to, and kind of showing up for something that you're wondering if is still a good idea anymore. I'm talking about the relationship. Okay, so that jumped, so I'm gonna flip that over. What else for Aquarius? Whoopsie. Okay, so that jumped. I'm gonna flip that over. What else for Aquarius? What would Aquarius' person say to them? I've looked you up online to see what you've been up to. Entirely possible. I wish I could take back the things I said, and I got spooked. Fair enough. So perhaps this is someone that regrets how they handled things because they still feel very strongly for you, and yet you're like, you know what, I thought we had something, but in light of what happened, I can't deal with that. I got to have somebody that knows what they want, because I know what I want, or I don't want to have to be the one to figure it out on my own here. I don't want someone that doesn't know how to handle how they feel. What else for Aquarius? What else for Aquarius? Don't be surprised, this just flew in, if somebody reaches out at least with an apology. If this is somebody quite possibly reaching out for a truce to say, I got a new outlook, a new perspective, and I'm sorry. And then you two might reconnect from there. Because I feel like deep down this person, it's a little bit of everything. They didn't want the pain of having to deal with a no-win situation anymore. They needed a break and they needed perspective. It's not a bad thing. I mean, and yet they still feel for you. So don't be surprised if they're like, hey, because there's a love here. Right now, things are good. You're probably glad for the reprieve, but this person has not, you're still featuring in their life. So don't be surprised. I mean, you do with that what you want, but this is someone that's kind of trying to make sense of what happened and their life. But you two are kind of different. For the Aquarians that I'm reading for, you pretty much have most of your life sorted. You got everything ordered. It might not be, orderly, but you kind of have a trajectory planned. This person, not so much. What else for Aquarius? Well, okay, there it is. 6 of Wands. Okay, all right. And we got 6 of Wands, and I never can count these right. 1, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, 1, 2. 10 of Pentacles reversed. All right. So this essentially surface level is saying that this breakup was for the best. That right now you two might not be on the same page. So it's actually a good thing that things are as they should be right now with this breakup, or at least if you're talking about the breakup. Even though this person or you still feel the same for each other, it's best for you both to go because someone's got some sorting out to do. You're pretty grounded, kind of see things, and I still say stand down. This is not for you to fix, solve, reach out, or engage with this person. They're wrestling with something. Let them. If they show up, you deal with it then. If they don't, you're kind of already on your way. This is just someone that needs to tap out because they got to deal with their life. They're tired. It's time. It's time to tap out for both of you. The thing is, this is not, honestly, it's kind of a rarity because usually it's pretty black or white. Like, oh no, this person is, no, this person just needs a break. They need stuff to shift in their life. They need a new perspective. They need a timeout. They need a reset. They're just tired. There's been drama. You both have been through it. It's time. That's it. It's time. Which, can I just say, quite possibly leaves the door open for when this person sorts their business. And this isn't someone that's dealing, the funny thing is when I say sort their business, this is just disappointment and sadness and someone that's just on all fronts, not really, life hasn't been working for them. And that's kind of bled into the relationship and YouTube. And once someone gets a reset, this very well could be, who knows? But what's showing here is not somebody who has to go deal with some past issues and figure things out and solve an addiction or solve some trauma. This is just kind of your run-of-the-mill going in different directions and realizing that, and the pain of separation, but it's for the best. And okay. All right. I hope this was helpful. Aquarius, I hope to see you in the next reading. And I like this though, because it's like, you know what, it's for the best. And there's this feels like relief to me. Like all things are as it should be. Life is good. I'm disappointed, but I'm also more interested in how I feel and taking care of myself, just like my person is. Like I'm good with where I'm at, because I'd rather this than to be in that drama and chaos again and trying to figure out and knowing I love someone and yet we're not working out right now. Perhaps we're just too different. You're in a good place. Do not re-engage. Let them deal with them, and the future is going to be the future when it gets here. All right. So I hope this was helpful, Aquarius. I hope to see you in the next reading. I thank you for stopping by. Love and support to you in February. You take care.